Why should we let it become Cuba? Like, why don't we liberate it? We're spending all this money to liberate Ukraine from the Russians. Why are we not sending an armed force north to liberate Canada from Trudeau? And I mean it.
This is not about diplomacy. This is about dignity. This is about respect. This is about realizing that humor is... You guys are...
What's up, guys? It's your boy, Benny. I got nothing against our bros up north, the great Canadians who stood against their tyrannical government in the Great Honkening of 2022. One of the finest human rights protests of our time. We forget exactly how impressive this was. Check it out, man.
Huge.
This is like
a go forever. This is
incredible stuff. They took over their government. They marched and parked trucks throughout Ottawa, which is the seat of government in Canada, to stand up to a tyrant. Again, total and complete bravery, these people, and we should always remember that they risked literally everything to stand for freedom. And they stood up, and by the way, they won. They won against the tyrant Justin Trudeau. And like all tyrants, Justin Trudeau, puppet show, Justin Trudeau deserves to fall. He deserves your ire. He deserves your scorn. He deserves everything that you can possibly throw at him, including the kitchen sink and maybe even being overthrown. Tucker Carlson was on his long-form interview show called Tucker Carlson Today, and Tucker Carlson was asking a Canadian philosopher about Canada and whether he would support a Bay of Pigs style overthrow of the Canadian government, which is hysterical because, as we all know, Justin Trudeau is the love child of Fidel Castro, and the Bay of Pigs was the failed attempt to overthrow Fidel Castro. So this is what Tucker Carlson is positing here.
And what we saw happen there last winter, the trucker protests, and then the crackdown by the authoritarian government of Canada. What struck you about that?
I thought you were going to ask me whether Trudeau is Castro's son, or if
he very much obviously is, and I'm completely in favor of a Bay of Pigs operation to liberate that country. I mean, why should we stand back and let our biggest trading partner, the country with which we share the longest border, and actually, I could just say a great country. I love Canada. I've always loved Canada because of its natural beauty. Why should we let it become Cuba? Like, why don't we liberate it? We're spending all this money to liberate Ukraine from the Russians. Why are we not sending an armed force north to liberate Canada from Trudeau? And I mean it.
Well, I don't know.
But you don't have to answer.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm there yet with you.
I'm just talking myself into a frenzy here.
I was
Tucker Carlson. The guy went on to give a non-answer, but Tucker Carlson sparks backlash after asking U.S. troops to liberate Canada. Mr. Carlson likened Justin Trudeau to a dictator and complained about U.S. military spending in Ukraine. Oh, man. Tucker Carlson today likened Prime Minister Justin Trudeau to a dictator this week, citing his anti-vaccine 2022 trucker protests that disrupted the nation's capital for several weeks. Carlson suggested that the U.S. should send military to invade and liberate Canada. I'm completely in favor of Bay of Pigs operation to liberate the country. Oh, man. Oh, he didn't know that the Bay of Pigs operation was a failure. Oh, got him. Got him, independent. Oh, man. Tucker Carlson destroyed. I'm sure he'll never come back from that. In the Canadian Parliament, members of Trudeau's failing party tried to censure Tucker Carlson for this, and they ended up failing. Watch.
Hamilton Center, who will be getting up first.
Mr. Speaker, after consultation with the parties in the House, if you seek it, I believe you will find unanimous consent for the following motion. That given the rise of far-right and associated violent extremism led to the attempted insurrection in the United States, the House condemns recent comments made by Fox News personality Tucker Carlson, in which he suggests U.S. armed forces liberate Canada from the current Prime Minister.
All those opposed to the honourable member moving the motion will please say nay. Nay, I'm afraid we don't have unanimous consent. The honourable...
It's so great. Oh, it's so beautiful. You should liberate Canada. I'm totally in favor of this. I am on the side of Tucker. It will come as no shock to you. Of course, Justin Trudeau is a tyrant, and he doesn't treat his people with any shred, a scintilla of human rights. Trudeau froze the bank accounts of protesters who were protesting him. That's what a dictator does. He cracked down on the freedom of the press. Banks freeze millions in convoy funds under Trudeau edict. This is from BNN. This is the Bloomberg Canada. Canadian banks froze $7.8 million from 200 accounts under emergency powers meant to end protests in Ottawa. Whoa, ladies and gentlemen. He didn't just do that. I mean, he literally sent his armed Gestapo out against to trample protesters. These people nearly killed. I don't think there was any fatalities to my knowledge, but they nearly killed elderly women. You can see this woman in a walker right there getting trampled. Demonstrator Freedom Convoy in Ottawa. Lasting image of the Freedom Convoy in Parliament Hill will not be bouncy castles, but a woman in a walker being trampled by a police horse. The violence the Prime Minister has expressed concern about during the 3-week protest in Ottawa didn't unfold until Justin Trudeau's Emergency Act police army was sent in to disperse the crowd. Disturbing stuff. You can see the horses smash through and then trample. Those absolute bastards. They didn't just do that, ladies and gentlemen. They ended up shooting reporters, Rebel News journalist. I was assaulted by Ottawa police at point-blank range. Ottawa's interim police chief said he was unfamiliar with the incident. This is Alexa Lavoie, and she was shot by police. She's a journalist, shot by police at the order of Justin Trudeau. So shooting journalists, trampling old ladies, and the investigators say that the injuries, meaning the trampling of this old woman, was far too minor to investigate, ladies and gentlemen. The woman did not sustain a serious enough injury to be investigated, they said. Unbelievable. And they viewed the action as appropriate, trampling old ladies, shooting reporters. This sounds like communist China, sounds like a dictatorship, and it will come as no shock to you that Justin Trudeau is real huge fans of dictatorships.
With Sun TV watching for any slip, he was asked which country he most admired and referred to China.
There's a level of admiration I actually have for China because their basic dictatorship is allowing them to actually turn their economy around on a dime and say, we need to go green as fast as we need to start, investing in solar. I mean, there is a flexibility that I know Stephen Harper must dream about of having a dictatorship that he could do everything he wanted. That I find quite interesting.
Even with...
Wait, so this kind of stuff confounds me. So he's the one snogging and slobbering over the communist regime, and he somehow turns this into an attack on Stephen Harper, who was the conservative leader of Canada that he was running against, presumably when this was filmed. I think he was running for prime minister against him. This must have been maybe 8-10 years ago, this clip. So, wait, he's the one saying he admires China for being a dictatorship? And that's somehow like a raconteur, apropos political attack? Nah, man. The only person being politically attacked right now, ladies and gentlemen, is Justin Trudeau. You can go ahead and see his recent polling, his political polls being politically attacked. Absolute devastation here. Look at this disapproval. He went from having, in the year 2016, to having very low disapproval. This is his lowest disapproval, to now having it being completely underwater for years. Look at that. Disapprove, man. Everyone hates Justin Trudeau in Canada. Justin Trudeau sees lowest approval rating, new poll finds. 33% of Canadians say that the country is headed in the wrong direction, and half of Canadians want a federal election. Parliamentary system, right? So you have to call for a federal election. Slim majority say Trudeau needs to step down. Well, that's not good. When Justin Trudeau was having a party meeting in Canada, these streets were filled with more protesters like this. There is, I think, Justin Trudeau himself. There's Justin Trudeau right there, walking the streets of Canada. This is what it looks like. Justin Trudeau tries to go outside in Canada. Check this out. Justin Trudeau's going to dinner with like his cabinet. And this is the response he gets when he walks the streets of Canada.
You fucking tyrant! You fucking tyrant! Piece of fucking shit!
Yeah. There's Trudeau. You can see him walking up the stairs right there. He sort of turns around. You can see his face right there. You see him in between. You see his head looking, between those two officers. He has to have, by the way, like that's more people than like defend the president of the United States. He has to walk around with like a miniature army to get through the streets of Canada. Justin Trudeau is hated, and for good reason. Do you, ladies and gentlemen, agree with Tucker Carlson? Do you think that Canada should be invaded? Let me know in the comment section. Do you dislike Justin Trudeau? What do you think of him? A lot of people say that he needs to be the next sort of globalist, COVID creep, neo-Marxist leader to step down. Jacinda Ardern, who stepped down in New Zealand, sort of started a trend here, and a lot of people are saying Justin Trudeau is on his way out. We'll see. We'll see. But let us know in the comment section. Very important. We love starting the discussion. We read the comments, and more importantly, we read you. And you love America. You love freedom. You love what this country stands for. And so we wish to fight to preserve this country. You won't get anything unless you fight for it. And so we fight to preserve America. We fight to preserve our liberties, and we fight alongside you. America is still the greatest country in the world. So keep memeing. Keep laughing. Keep making fun of Justin Trudeau. Maybe invade Canada? I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll be fighting right alongside with you. My name is Benny Johnson. See ya.
Thank you for watching. Our channel is here to meme the libs until they cry and then to meme them crying. Their tears, they taste just like sweet, delicious ice cream. Salty, too. We ridicule the establishment and the libs because of you. Your support keeps us going. So if you like what you saw, please punch the subscribe button, click like, and ring the little bell so that you know when we're live. Don't you want to know when we're live? And make sure that you subscribe to our email list just in case the plug gets pulled, as tends to happen. If you want to see more of our videos, click here or here. My name is Benny Johnson. Stay free, base patriots.